ようこそ私のソウルソサエティへ。波動の99、五竜点滅、冷圧で一息に押しつぶす。波動の99、五竜点滅。
Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Nitrostorm here, and we're back with finally a review video, type analysis video. So as you can see, we recently got Aizen from the step up summons, and we're now here to check him out. So he's been getting a lot of hate and stuff, so I'm here to pretty much tell you guys from a transparent perspective, you know, no taking sides, just a look at Aizen, take a look at everything that he can do and see what we can get from that. So before we start, I've built Aizen in the best way possible in terms of having the strongest strong attack damage that this Aizen can output. So to do that, you need 30% SP on a hunting cap, 30% SP on the lieutenant badge, and then 30% SP on a fortification pill. This will bring him up to 135% increased spiritual pressure, which is the highest you can get whilst having the lieutenant's badge, whilst keeping your focus. So the lieutenant's badge is very important because it increases strong attack damage as well, and then of course we give him triple Senkaizen links, which is 20% damage at full stam and strong attack damage increase. And then since one of them are mind attribute, I have given one of Aizen's links a level 10 link slot so that he gets an extra boost in stats. So as you can see, those are his stats right there, pretty good. But in order to showcase his attacks, of course we're going to be using them in terms of, we're going to be switching them out for recharge links. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, so the levels that we're going to be going through are the 4th anniversary quest. As you can see, the extra quest 1, that's the one that we're going to be looking at, because we have the attribute advantage as well as the killer effect. So this is where we're going to showcase, you know, how much damage we can deal against the VL Ichigo boss at the end, because Aizen's killer is hollow, and the only hollow for this extra quest is the final boss, which is VL Ichigo. But in order to get some real numbers in, we're going to be going through the Kenpachi raid, as the enemies are all Arankas and there's no extra damage boosts depending on attribute or killers. And then before we start, this is the build that we're going to be using, just all 14% recharge. Now I could get another level 10 link slot because I do have the past rows, but just for this video we're going to be keeping it at one level 10 link slot so you can have a gauge at the differences in damage whilst using only one link slot. So let's check out his attacks. Alright guys, so let's first take a look at his normal attack string. So as you can see, each one he shoots out is about 6 of them. Now it's very rare that you'll use all 6 attacks, like all 6 hits for each one, and probably only 3 of them hit the enemy at most. So it does have 6 potential hits, but probably 3 is max. And since he's a ranged character, it's pretty difficult to get all the hits in, but it's relatively decent in the end due to the fact that it has a fast attack string. Now a downside to having a fast attack string as a ranged character is because of the ranged collision, it basically means that they're going to be getting pushed back whilst you attack them, making it so that you don't really hit all of your potential hits against the enemy unless you're up close. Now let's take a look at his first strong attack. As you can see, that first strong attack goes really far. It's a wave attack, but the way that it damages is actually more consistent compared to someone like CFY or W Grimjow. The novel Grimjow, let's just call him novel Grimjow. So take a look at that. It goes further, much further than what you see on the screen, which is pretty good. Now the second strong attack actually has a nice touch to it. So if you take a look at it closely, you can see that there's a mini Aizen, not really a mini Aizen, but there's an Aizen copy that's running past, which is a nice touch, which damages enemies. But all in all, it's a moving vortex. It's a moving vortex that does 10 hits, which is 10 hits with frenzy, so 5 hits without frenzy. And then the third strong attack, as we all know, there's 3 different stages. The first stage is your usual Kurohitsugi. Now, you have to keep in mind that the range of this strong attack is actually much larger than you think. So I'll quickly show you an example. So if I go through here, then I turn my back around. Okay, that messed up. I'll show it on the next wave. But as you can see, if I do have the accessory that attacks hidden enemies. Alright, let me try this again. So basically, I'm gonna turn away, and then you'll see how much range there is behind him. So I go forward, turn around, and I use it. So as you can see, there's a little bit behind him, but of course that gets larger after you charge it. So let's get rid of these enemies for now, and this time we're gonna charge it. Alright, so we'll let them get close. As you can see, there's a bit of range behind him. Now of course, it's not really a good way to show that, because you may think that, oh, there's actually not much range. But I will show it in a more realistic scenario. So let's use it for this. Maybe let's move on one wave. So we'll use it like this. Alright, so since it's just a normal raid, I'll show it on the other one. In the meantime, we'll just take a look at his normal strong attacks normally. So the damage he's dealing right now in a full SP build is actually pretty decent. So as you can see, about 3k and stuff on his first strong attack. And then the second strong attack, it has 10 hits. So it does about around 1100 each hit. So you times that by 10, so it's 11,000. I think, yeah. And then you do that, as you can see. Now, the hits on that depends on how you angle it. For example, if you angle it perfectly, it's going to keep damaging it until it dies. And then let's charge up again. Okay, so we're going to have to show the examples of the range on the other quest, the 4th anniversary, because right now these enemies are too weak and they're definitely spaced out. So it's definitely hard to tell. So let's use the first, the second, third here. As you can see, that's a relatively good example on the gauge of the range of the third strong attack. So let's do the second strong attack again. As you can see, pretty nice. Alright, so this is the room just before the boss. So we're gonna be charging it up with a recharge build just to see how it goes. In the meantime, we're gonna wait for this piece of garbage to, you know, get out from the underground. I should definitely use the other accessory for the reviews, but it does take away a lot of potential damage by loss of stats. So now, hold on, so for now, we're now going to be charging up his third strong attack before the boss. Now, I'm going to be going through more in terms of how you should use a third strong attack. I mean fully charged. But in this case, we're going to have a bit of fun and then we'll fully charge it up. So it does take a while, but... I mean, come on now guys, I know that it does take a while, like I'm not denying that. It definitely does take a really long time, but how can you hate that? Like that is so fun, you know. It's definitely a unique concept so far. So just let this go. Obviously we're gonna kill everyone. I mean that's pretty much the nature of it. So which is pretty good. So now we know the core gameplay mechanics of Aizen. Now it's time to use his powerful build. Alright, so now we're moving on to the extra quest now. So this is where we're going to be seeing a little bit more inflated damage, but now that you have a better idea on how his damage goes, we're going to be using him with his strongest build here first, and then we'll go back to the Kenpachi raid and use his Senkaizen links there as well, so you're able to compare the difference in damage. Alright, let's get right into it guys. So first, let's just charge up a little bit. You know, right here, that's where a lot of enemies spawn. And then you let go. As you can see, it's able to take out a pretty good wave. So the 900 range that the people are talking about, pretty much more so in front of him. You can think of it similarly to Mind Ulquiorra, if you guys are familiar with him. Alright, let me just lower the volume real quick. As you can see, the damage he's dealing now with full sync Aizen links is pretty inflated. So far he's only getting attribute damage increase, but 11k a hit is pretty strong. As you can see, there's some 8ks in there too. And then his normal attack string are dealing a lot of damage now as well. So right now let's just delete these guys real quick. And then use my second strong attack here. And then let's normal attack these guys. And then charge my third a little bit. There we go. Now moving on to the next room, of course. So as you can see, the first does have a width to it. As you can see, you hit the little guy on the left side to me. Do some attacks here. And then over here the first, as you can see. So if you saw that it has a decent width to it, as I said already, but now I'm just proving that. Right now, let's just charge a little bit. Now, we're gonna charge it a little bit, we'll wait for them to come close, and then we'll use a third strong attack. There we go. Now, we couldn't kill these guys, but it's because they're ninjas. They usually have to wait until they appear. Alright, so give me 10 seconds, guys. Alright, so as you can see, you guys might be thinking, oh, the only way to use this is before the boss room. Now that might be the case, but in terms of epic raids, you can actually fully charge up his third strong attack, and it's the best thing you can do in terms of dealing the most DPS. But in the meantime, let me just show you how much damage you can do. So we'll get close to Ichigo so you can see the numbers. As you can see, they're 88k and 78k as well. So you have to keep in mind that the third strong attack deals 4 hits, and we only saw 2 of them. No, it does 8 hits, sorry, 8 hits with frenzy, 4 hits without, and we only saw the first hit. So just multiply what you saw there, the one in bright orange, by 4, and then you'll get some insane number. But you have to keep in mind that's with the extra bonuses from the boosts there. And if you saw in full recharge links, the Kenpachi raid, we did about 11k a hit on the fully charged third strong attack. So now I'm going to be skipping through the Kenny raid, and you're just going to be seeing the fully charged damage with Senkaizen links, the same build I used here, but on Kenpachi to show you the differences in damage, where you only have attribute advantage and no killer. So as you can see, his first strong attack deals about 6,000 damage per hit. Well, of course, which is 12,000 because it has frenzy. Now the second strong attack, the vortex, does about 2k per hit, so 20,000 overall. So as you can see, the first strong attack deals a good amount of damage and it has a good range and spread. Now you guys can argue that someone, for example, like 1000 Blood War Yama's first strong attack or Floor 20 Aizen's first is more practical, which is arguably correct in my opinion. But this first strong attack also has its ups and has its advantages too, I guess. So the advantage they would have is if it has a lot of, I guess, weaker enemies or enemies they can easily one-shot, and because it goes further away, depending on the stage, it'll be able to clear that more efficiently. So we'll just, press it once. As you see, about 7.8k a hit. So multiply that by 8 for the damage. So after this, I'm going to be charging it once so you can see the damage. But let me just take out this wave real quick. Just do some NAD. Make sure I don't get hit, of course. If I do get hit, I lose both my combo and my full stamina damage boost. So just charge it once. As you can see, it pretty much doubled it from 7.5k to about 13 to 15k. And then, oh surprise, surprise, the fully charged third strong attack does about double the charged third. So it just makes sense. Now the damage that the fully charged third does is normally much higher than your usual special. So hold on guys, I'm gonna charge this up real quick. So I'll skip this one and then you'll go to Kenny right away. Alright guys, let's see the damage. So as you can see, that's a lot of numbers there, pretty nice. So the highest was about, so on average the damage is like 30,000. So multiply that by 8 and you get 240,000 damage. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice indeed. So essentially you should be able to one-shot anything, considering he's a neutral attribute as well. So we're actually going to test that. So it's going to cut to another level, a boss room, but this time the element is neutral, as in it's not purple attribute. Alright guys, so as you can see we're at the Keyscape raid. Just gonna see how much damage he does without anything, no attribute whatsoever. Alright, that's pretty good. So you know, it was on average about 20k damage per hit. So 20,000 times 8, 160,000. Apologies. For a neutral attribute, that's actually pretty good. Alright guys, so unfortunately the epic raid for Aizen isn't out just yet, so I'm gonna have to make a separate video for how to use him in epic raids. Awakened, as in like usually more efficiently speaking, because as in a way for you to be able to use the fully charged third strong attack as many times as possible in that epic raid, because there's a lot of pushbacks, and in order to be able to use your fully charged third strong attack without being interrupted, you'd need to know how the epic raid works. In any case, so that's my review for Aizen. He's got good amount of hits on all of his strong attacks. The first strong attack is a wave attack that has a good behavior and decent width, so it's able to take out your usual thin pathways when it comes to guild quest. Now in terms of guild quest, he's not really going to be that super effective, but if he's a bonus, you're definitely going to be able to use him just fine, because his third strong attack on a normal charge, it still has your usual range than that usual charged third strong attack usually has anyway, so you're not really going to falter in terms of that. Now it is, I guess, a kind of unfortunate that only the fully charged third strong attack is a full screen, but I guess at the same time it really, I guess, didn't want to change how the charge attack works. Like they wanted to keep it at the 900. I guess that's their rule of thumb or like magic number. And so when you come in terms of using Aizen normally, I would suggest using the first charge third strong attack most of the time, and then when you're usually, I guess, charging through rooms, or if you know that your friends are gonna, or your teammates, I guess in co-op, are gonna kill like a certain wave, you can start charging, and then by the time you get to the boss, it will be fully charged, and then you can like delete and stuff. And then his moving vortex, as much as I hate to admit it, if you have a dupe Aizen, he's gonna be good for guild quest to gain combo if he's a bonus, but you know, that's about it really. So if I were to give my personal opinion on Aizen, I can see why you guys would dislike him, but at the same time, I don't really know why you guys would hate on Aizen. He's someone that you would play for fun. He's definitely got that fun aspect. Like, just kind of like, come on guys, you never really expected to be able to have Aizen's full incantation right at your fingertips, and then you can just chant it whenever you want, and then the moment you release it, that feeling of satisfaction, like, oh, I released that. In my opinion, I think Caleb did, I guess you can say that they could do something better for Aizen, but at the same time, they never did it, like, he didn't get shafted. That's all I'm pretty much saying. In terms of the other two characters, of course, practically speaking, Soifon and Yama are definitely more practical, making them better to use in general content, generally speaking, but it doesn't make Aizen bad in a sense. He's got his good points, he's definitely got his bad points, but overall, we mainly play BBS for fun, and this Aizen definitely gives that, and I'll definitely thank Caleb for giving us this kind of Aizen, and not to mention his special looks bomb. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Aizen down below. If I were to rate Aizen in one word, I would say underrated. In any case, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video.